What's up, family? Welcome back to Truthville, USA. I am Q. So, guys, today is a big day for me. Big day in the sense that today I turn 40 years of age. It's a big milestone. Excited. I'm thankful that God's given me 40 years on this earth. And so I will not be around as much as I typically am on a typical day. Gonna spend some time with the family and some friends and enjoy the day. But I didn't want that to get in the way of me coming to talk to you guys about Jack Smith. So this guy has proven, just like he and many other people in the DOJ have come to prove, that they have no regard for the law of the land and for the Constitution. Now, for those people who didn't take civics in school, that have forgotten that there are three co-equal branches of government: the executive branch, president; the legislative branch, the House of Representatives; and Senate, the Congress. You also have the judicial branch, the Supreme Court. They are co-equal. None usurps the other. But for whatever reason, this administration feels that they can talk down to the legislative branch and talk down to the judicial branch as though they are beneath them. And that's just not the case. And if the job of the Supreme Court is not to create new law, but it is the job of the Supreme Court to correctly interpret the Constitution and to make rulings based on the Constitution. Now, interestingly enough, there's a case that is going before the Supreme Court this summer, not too far off. And it's Fisher versus the United States. Now, in this, there's a statute that is being brought to question. Statute, I believe it's 1512C2. Now, in this statute, it was actually put into place post Enron. If you guys remember, Enron, the energy company, huge scandal, went under, cost the taxpayers billions of dollars, investors billions of dollars. They were caught inflating their earnings. They were, and when they knew that they were going to be caught, started destroying evidence, shredding papers. It was an absolute mess. And so Jack Smith is attempting to use a statute from the Enron case in order to go after Donald Trump. But they used that same statute to go after the January 6th protesters, and over 300 of them have been put in jail. Now, interestingly enough, none of them were charged with insurrection, but they were charged with this obstruction clause. Okay. Now, Jack Smith has said he doesn't care what the Supreme Court rules on this, even though if the Supreme Court rules in the favor of Fisher, he will then have two of the charges that he brought against Donald Trump null and void. Not only that, but the cases against the 300 January 6ers, well, 300 plus, that have been in prison, those cases are null and void. Those people have to be released. But the DOJ and Jack Smith have said they don't care what the Supreme Court says. They will find a workaround. Now, guys, what does that sound like to you? A workaround? Really? So even though the Supreme Court says this is unconstitutional, you're going to find a workaround? Now, the workaround that Jack Smith is referring to is that he wants to say that the alternative electors from several states that signed saying that they felt that there were irregularities in the voting and that there were issues with the voting and therefore they were voting for Trump, that was an official document and it was a falsified document, and therefore Trump was in the possession of falsified documents. Total stretch. Total stretch. If he felt like that was actually something that would stick, he would have let off with it. But now he wants to try to admit new evidence because he realizes that his case is going to pot. Let me know what you guys think about this. How should this be dealt with, in your opinion, these people in the DOJ that seek to override the Constitution? I'll wait to hear from you. Have a blessed day.